Hey everyone, welcome to today's explainer. We're going to take this massive National Weather Service data dump and transform it into a clear, unified picture of our country's geographic extremes. Seriously, if you've ever stared at a giant wall of daily temperatures and just felt totally overwhelmed, you are in the exact right place. We're breaking down the Daily Tech Reader's nationwide report so we can understand exactly what's happening across the map for August 25th, 2026.
So let's dive right in, shall we? Because when you look at the raw data, wow. The sheer variety of weather tearing across the continent today is absolutely fascinating. I mean, we're looking at everything from suffocating 113-degree heat and thick wildfire smoke all the way to intense thunderstorms. So, what does the U.S. actually look like today? To make sense of all this, we're going to track today's conditions across 5 distinct areas. We'll start with scorching heat and smoke, move into thunderstorms across the south, check out moderate skies and showers, head beyond the contiguous states, and finally wrap up with today's tech and AI headlines. Let's start with Section 1, scorching heat and smoke. We're looking at extreme temperatures and air quality out west. Now, what is really staggering here is this number, 113 degrees Fahrenheit. That is the high recorded for both Phoenix and Yuma today. And what's wild is, when you dig into the National Weather Service data from the Daily Tech Reader, they don't just list this as sunny. No, the temperature is so extreme that the source data actually categorizes the conditions for these cities with the specific tag VWAR hot, literally very hot. You know, when official meteorological data has to invent a special label just to capture how blistering it is outside, you know you're dealing with a serious top-tier weather extreme. And it's not just Arizona. This heat wave is like a massive dome spanning all the way from Nevada over to Texas. Look at this. Wichita Falls is peaking at an intense 109 degrees. Las Vegas is baking at 107, and Abilene is right behind them at 106. So we're not just talking about an isolated incident in a single desert city. We're looking at temperatures pushing well above the century mark across a huge, huge swath of the continent. But here's the thing. The West isn't just battling heat, it's literally choking on it. Cities stretching from the Rockies up to the Pacific Northwest, places like Missoula, Pendleton, and Yakima. They're all sitting in the low to mid-90s, but they are operating under official smoke conditions. It's a really stark reminder of the atmospheric toll these dry, hot temperatures are taking on the entire region. It's like a blanket over the whole area. Moving on to Section 2, thunderstorms across the south, where high heat meets heavy rain. To really put the South's sweltering humidity into perspective, just compare Orlando with San Francisco. You've got Orlando sitting there with heavy thunderstorms at 95 degrees, while San Francisco is enjoying a very comfortable, mostly cloudy 72 degrees. Orlando is giving us that classic heavy Florida weather, right? Mid-90s, active storms, creating that thick, hot humidity you can practically swim in. It perfectly highlights just how completely diverse the conditions are on the exact same day. And the sheer volatility of the southern weather is so evident here. Dallas is enduring showers while sitting at a blistering 105 degrees. Think about that for a second. Usually, rain cools things down. But in Dallas, it's 105 degrees with showers. That is an incredibly intense, humid heat. Then, moving east into Louisiana, Shreveport is at 99 degrees, and New Orleans is at 92, and both are just getting hammered by massive thunderstorms. The atmosphere across the south right now is just completely loaded with heat and moisture. All right, Section 3, moderate skies and showers. Let's look at the milder side of the map. If you're looking for a break from the heat and the storms, these dense regions are where you want to be. We're seeing a broad swath of really comfortable weather. Sunny skies are ruling all the way from Bismarck down to Peoria, with highs sitting perfectly between 79 and 84 degrees. Meanwhile, you've got partly cloudy stretches covering Chicago to Topeka. They're seeing 78 to 90 degrees. And further east, mild showers are cooling off Albany, Rochester, and Syracuse, keeping them in this very pleasant 73 to 76 degree range. Honestly, it's just a nice moderate breather from the extremes happening everywhere else. Now for Section 4. Beyond the contiguous states, we're checking in on Alaska, Hawaii, and the Caribbean. Leaving the lower 48 behind, it's just amazing that these two completely different worlds are part of the exact same daily report. You have Anchorage bundled up in raincoats at a chilly 58 degrees with rain, and at the same time, Honolulu is enjoying partly cloudy skies and 88-degree tropical sunshine. The geographic contrast here is just beautiful, and really the sheer scale of the monitoring required to capture both of these simultaneously, it's incredible when you think about it.
finally, Section 5, Tech and AI Headlines, some essential reading while staying indoors.
With all these unpredictable weather extremes happening outside, staying indoors might actually be your best bet today, which brings us to our final topic, the Daily Tech Reader's top AI headlines. This timeline tracks the incredibly rapid summer advancements and the legal battles in AI. Look at this. On July 10th, OpenAI drops GPT 5.6. But then just 5 days later, on July 15th, the New York Times files a court motion seeking sanctions against them over training data. Wild, right? Then jump to August 3rd, and the Chinese AI, Moonshot Kimi K3, suddenly matches frontier US models. It perfectly illustrates how fast-paced both the innovation and the legal friction in this industry are right now.
So as we wrap up this explainer, it kind of begs a massive question. As AI capabilities rapidly evolve right alongside our changing climate, how will models like GPT 5.6 and Kimi K3 shape our ability to predict the extreme weather of tomorrow? I mean, we've just seen a map covered in 113-degree heat, heavy wildfire smoke, and sweltering 105-degree storms. As these AI models become exponentially more powerful, their ability to process those massive amounts of climate data, it could absolutely revolutionize how we predict these extremes. Definitely something to think about the next time you check your local forecast. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I really hope this helped bring the data to life for you.